Hello, amazing people. I greet you wherever you're hearing the sound of my voice from. And I want to use this opportunity to once again, thank every one of Queen Naomi fan, out there, who has remained very, very diligent, and steadfast, in praying for Queen Naomi. Because, like I always say, this is not the best of time for our own dear Queen Naomi, and every day comes with its different dynamics, but then the beautiful thing about this whole thing is, the feelers we are getting is that she remained very strong, she remained very committed, I mean, with her faith, she's unshaken, rest despite everything that is going on. She remained unshaken. Okay. So what we want to do here is, we already know what happened yesterday. We're already aware that I mean, her lawyers try to work out her freedom, to get her a bail, and the matter was heard yesterday, at the High Court. And after all the legal arguments, here and there, the judge, adjourned the case, the hearing rather, to the 13th of January. Yes, we've always mentioned that 13th before now. So the dates, the next hearing has been adjourned to 13th of January. And I mean, a lot of us we're having some ray of hope that she might get the bail, but I mean, this is we are not in the position to to untwist anybody or to force that judgment to go her way. We know that the due process of the law has to be followed, and that is what they are doing. And we believe that she has adequate legal representation. Don't forget that not too long ago, a group of lawyers also, made their pro bono services. So I believe the legal team is not a problem. Okay, but the truth of the matter is, yesterday came, and at the end of the day, she could not be granted that bail as we all expected. But again, it is what it is. Okay, so in a dramatic twist, that has gripped the nation, the celebrated Queen Naomi, our own Queen Naomi, somebody who is well adored by millions of Nigerians, I mean, faces a significant legal setback, like I have said, because her bail plea was denied yesterday. The court decision, of course, has left a lot of us as supporters reeling with speculations. Of course, when things don't go your way, you are human. You are human. So because the speculations and the rumors are so many out there, so when things like this happen, you begin to wonder, especially, looking at the fact that, okay, all she wanted to do was to, to give hope and put smile in the faces of these kids until the enemy took over the situation, courtesy of that unfortunate stampede that killed those children. So for those of us who know this, for those of us who know the inner working of Queen Naomi, for those of us who have followed her trajectory, all the years, especially right from when she was in the palace, you know we understand that she's someone that cannot even hurt a fly. She's got a very good mind. She's pure at heart. Don't forget that even when she got to Ibadan and she paid that courtesy visit to the commissioner for women affairs. Yes, the videos are out there. The first thing the woman said, I watched that video several times. The first thing she said upon citing Queen Naomi was to say, oh, beautiful soul inside out. Do you know what it means for a commissioner of women affairs at her level, to say that? And if you go back and watch that video closely, you will see that Queen Naomi, she may be very young, but she's so sophisticated, and she carried this aura that you really have to. It's difficult for you to look at her straight in the eyes. If you watch that clip, for those of you who did not watch that her courtesy visit to the commissioner for women affairs, go back and watch it. The first thing you will notice, or what I noticed, is that the commissioner for women affairs was like, how will I put it now in a way that we that you guys understand? She was like overwhelmed, or is this starstruck? I would say she couldn't even raise her head up and look into Queen Naomi's eyes direct. This is what happens when you meet someone that you love, someone you respect, somebody you look up there. That was what I saw in that picture. Okay, so the issue of Queen Naomi being a good person, someone who just wanted to help, somebody who has been helping for over a decade, is out there in the open. It's not like I'm just making this up. Okay, so the courtroom, as usual, was packed with media, and fans alike, yesterday, and it was just the scene of intense argument as Queen Naomi's legal team pushed for her release. They made all the argument, they spoke well, they backed it with so many legal precedents, everything they did. However, the judge decision to adjourn the matter until January 13th, I mean, is within his prerogative, really, because he's the one that is right there. He's the one that has listened to their facts, and possibly maybe he was not convinced. He's the judge. That is why he's the judge. You understand? So in his judgment, the case has to be, the hearing has to be adjourned. So legal experts suggest this could be a crucial turning point. Of course, immediately I heard that the bail was not granted, I knew it was going to be a crucial turning point, as it is already assuming. But what does this really mean for our dear Queen Naomi? Okay, being denied bail means Queen Naomi will remain behind bars for now. Unfortunately, this is the direct meaning of that decision or that judgment that happened yesterday. A scenario that could impact her public image and potentially weaken her defense momentum. Of course, this could happen, but I don't want to believe that this will happen to Queen Naomi's team, because Queen Naomi herself embodies confidence, embodies that unshaken spirit, and this will cascade down to our legal team. This will spread to the legal team. As long as Queen Naomi, who is the principal person here, the fact that she is on checking, she is in high spirits, this will resonate with our legal team. So I'm not taking it that, look, I mean, the defense team, their momentum will be weakened. I don't want to take that. But that is what people are saying out there. Insiders hint that her legal team is working tirelessly on a fresh, strategy. They have to, because the bill did not work. So they have to think deep, and I believe they're already doing that, including introducing new evidence, or appealing to a higher court. All these are possibilities and options that are open to them. So, and I'm not surprised that they are going to exploit all this, okay? Because the stakes are even getting higher and higher. And I want to believe that this is one of the reasons why Reverend Stajayi, I keep saying this is one of the reasons why Reverend Stajayi had to cry out. Okay? And just after crying out, look at what happened yesterday night. Late in the night yesterday, look at what happened. The story of the python, we did it. Don't forget, for those of you who have not listened to that video, go back and listen to it. A python, a huge python, appearing in the dead of the night, tormenting inmates, tormenting everybody, taking several hours before it was subdued. Do you know the implication of that? Do you know the rumor swirling around that incident? You don't want to know it. So for me, I'm not surprised that Reverend Stajayi, cried out yesterday. She did that because the stakes are even higher now, especially after that adjournment that was made. So for the Queen, the stakes, could not be higher. Okay? Because with her career, her reputation, and personal freedom on the line, her chances hinged on the strength of our legal counsel right now and our prayers. I keep talking about our prayers because the legal team will do all they can, but our prayers, supporting them all the way, is what will do the magic ultimately, from what I'm saying. Okay? So, like I said, so our chances hinge on the strength of our legal counsel and the ability to challenge the prosecution's argument. Yes, they have to do this. That is why we have a son among them. Okay? So, while some legal analysts believe our team still has a shot at securing bail on January 13th, others warn that the delays could signal an uphill task. Of course, we have a son in the legal thing. They know the implication of delays, they know the implication of what is going on, and I want to believe that they have factored all this, they have taken all this into cognizance in planning the next strategy. Okay, so the question now is, so what's next? Yes, what is next? That is the question now. So for me, as January 13 approaches, I want to believe that we should be expecting a flurry of activity from both sides. Yes, from both sides, the defense and the prosecution side, there are going to be flurry of activities as I expect, because the pressure is mounting on both sides. So her legal team may bring in high-profile advocates. I already suspected this. They need to add more sand to that group, while the prosecution appears determined to solidify their own case. Of course, they will want to. They are acting on behalf of the state, so they will want to prove their own point. So it's going to be, I mean, battle royale in the days ahead. Okay. Meanwhile, the public remains divided. With all these permutations everywhere, the public remain hugely divided. Her supporters, those of us who are her, keen followers and supporters, are calling for her release. Obviously, okay, but the critics argue that justice must take its course. So the thing is, that is why I keep saying that this is a delicate balancing. And there is a very very sensitive issue, and that is why if you notice when I talk about it, I am careful because the case is already on trial, is already ongoing. So we cannot delve deep into the substance, of this case, so that it will not be termed as subjudice or whatever you call it. Those of you who are legal people, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so what you see, we are just talking around the surface, really. Okay, so why the critics, those who are on the other side, believe that justice must take its course, Queen Naomi followers and supporters are saying she should be released, if not for anything, for the fact that she wanted to do good to these same kids. Okay, but whatever it is, we are where we are. So as Queen Naomi's legal saga unfolds and continue to unfold, one thing is clear in my own mind, though, if you ask me. One thing is very, very clear, and that is the next few days will be pivotal, not just for Queen Naomi, but for the wider narrative surrounding justice, celebrity, and accountability in the eyes of the law. So, will she regain her freedom, or is this just the beginning of her legal troubles? Now, I have nothing to say but to say only time will tell on this. But I tell you something, just as a neutral, I want to say that at the end of this trial, whichever way it goes, it may determine how people want to be good going forward, honestly. So we have to be careful. A delicate balancing needs to be done. But like I said, I'm highly optimistic, and I believe in the God that Queen Naomi is serving. And I also believe in the efficacy in the prayers of Queen Naomi fans. I keep saying that Queen Naomi will come out of this bigger and stronger at the end of the day. So this is the story making the rounds out there. But like I always say, don't forget that I cannot guarantee the 100% accuracy of this story. So do not take this story as a fact. It is just reaction I'm doing based on what is making the rounds in the social media. I'm going to be back soon. God bless you. Bye bye.